What should I build next? Got a party coming up. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have a bar, I reckon. Yeah. Don't know what I'm gonna do with this old pallet sitting here. But anyway. Righto, welcome back to another episode. So, something a little different this one. We've actually got a bit of a party coming up for my partner, so thought it'd be a good idea to build a bit of a bar or something. So, get something set up, you know, serve a few drinks, you know, a bit of a conversation starter. So, let's have a crack at this one, see what we come up with. So I've got a few pallets and stuff that I've picked up from Bunnings, and we're gonna see if I can get away with building this thing on a bit of a budget. Not sure how we're gonna go, but yeah, stay tuned, we'll see what we can come up with. So let's have a crack. And I forgot to say, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, helps out. And you know, maybe give the video a bit of a like, comment, whatever. Let me know what you think. Let's get into the video. Righto, so first things first, head on down to Bunnings, pick up a few pallets. Actually managed to get a couple of hardwood pallets, which was good. Then I've just cut them down, ripped out whatever nails I could get out and salvage what I could use. So first thing I wanted to do was just get started on the bench top. So let's get into it. So I've sanded back just a rough sort of sand on these boards here, and I've just nicked off the edge of all of them, and they're just quite not good enough to be glued and clamped together. So I'm gonna have to, I don't have a jointer, so I'm gonna have to just rig something up. So I'm thinking about trying that little trick you do with the circular saw. Just clamp a couple of them together and screw them down on something, and then just run the circular saw just through the crack. So hopefully that sorts out that for me, but also it's not quite the width that I want. So I'm thinking I might actually just get the other pieces, the smaller pieces that they put on the top of the pallet, and just bump those in between like that. Obviously rip that in half, and then every second one I'll have one of these to just sort of give it a little bit of extra width, plus you get, I don't know, give it a little bit of something different, I guess, in design, but that's the plan. So let's have a crack. Righto, so worked half all right. The little trick, running the saw blade through the gap to try and sort of joint it, worked. Probably got it about 90% of the way. Then I realised I'm going to be putting obviously this little extra timber in between each one, so that's not exactly going to help me too much. So what I'm sort of hoping for is, because this is a lot thinner, this timber in between, will sort of move to the, I don't know, the gap, I guess. So it's not too bad. Like, I've got it just clamped up here, just dry, and like there's a couple of like little cracks and stuff, but I suppose it's as good as you're going to get without a jointer or anything like that. So I'm going to set this up on the clamps, get it glued up, and yeah, let it dry for a few days. So let's do it. Righto, so yeah, it's all clamped up. A couple of little bits, just a bit how you're going, but should do the trick for now. Yeah, I'm gonna have some fun on the router sled later, but yeah, come back in a couple of days. Righto, let's pop this out of the clamps and see what we got to work with. FYI, these Bunnings clamps, I think they're about $50 for the long ones, 30 for the short ones. yeah, don't waste your money. I cracked one of the mounts that holds the screw section part in on this side. Yeah, don't rate them. But anyway, got the job done just, but yeah, I might have to invest in something a bit decent if I'm going to keep doing this sort of stuff. So let's pop her out. These are a bloody beauty, but alrighty, so what do we got to work with? It's not too bad. There's like obviously a slight little bow in it that I couldn't really get out as I was clamping it up. There's a few little hairline gaps which I was expecting because I couldn't get the boards jointed up perfect. So yeah, I guess there's only really one way to work out what I've got to deal with, and that's to get this thing leveled out. So I've got all the little bits in between, they're just sticking up a bit, so I might, I don't know, I might hit them with the belt sander or something just to drop them down to sort of all the same level, or I might even just get the reciprocating saw and just buzz it all off. I don't know, I'll work something out. But yeah, so I'll get this on the router sled and start buzzing it down. Righto, so yeah, that took a bit, but not too bad. I think I got it within like, I don't know, 5 to 8 mil or something at the worst part, but I don't know, lighten the load a bit for the little router to buzz over. So the joins actually weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. There's a couple of little spots, but like turned out pretty good, I guess, for just a couple of pallets. But yeah, so we chuck this on the router sled and start buzzing it down. Let's do it. All right, that's one side all flattened out. So just fresh off the router. That is crisp. Never lets me down, the old girl. Alrighty, so I think I knocked off probably about 8 mil all up. The lowest point was around about here. So by the time I got to this side, it was pulling about 8 mil, but I actually maxed out the sides of the sled. So over here I had to go over it a few times just so the rails on the slide actually could clear it. So I had to go back and forth a few times just to clear out the center here. And then yeah, it was all smooth sailing after that. So yeah, now's about time where I just give it a bit of a sand with the orbital sander just to see how it comes up and get rid of a few of these lines from the router. But my little Ryobi died. Bloody hell. So Total Tools or something, if you're watching, hook us up. Anyway, so I'm gonna have to get another little sander to finish this job off, but yeah, this should be good enough to just flip and do the other side just to nip down the bottom of it. And then yeah, cut it to size and start working on the rest. So I'll do that now.